Hey, this is Keith Gilbert from Video.flv. In this short video, I'm going to give you a demo of Video Web Wizard 2.0. You'll see how easy it is to put video on your website with Video Web Wizard and how many powerful features the software contains. Now, I've got Video Web Wizard already here, so let's click Next and get started. At step 1 of the wizard, you can add videos you want to convert. You can add just one video if you'd like, but Video Web Wizard 2.0 can also convert multiple videos at the same time and put them in a video playlist. It can also use videos from YouTube that you have rights to. But for now, we'll stick with one video to keep this demo simple. Before clicking Next, we choose the folder we want to save the output files to. At step 2, we choose the output quality settings. You can adjust the video's width and height here, and also control its output file size. Keep in mind, if you're not sure what to set here, you can just click one of the easy presets on the left to have all the settings filled in automatically. Next is step 3. Here, you will choose from the 14 different video player styles included in the program. You can also set some advanced player options, such as an initial screen for your video, which will appear before your video is played, and an overlay image to brand your video with. Not only that, but you can also choose from 13 different video skins that wrap around your video player. At step 4, we can choose a web page template. The output video will be placed on this web page template. Over 50 web page templates are included. You can set some more details on step 5. It's not absolutely necessary to change anything on the screen, but there are some neat features here, so let's go through them. The page title and page header you enter here will appear in your visitor's web browser when they're viewing your video. The project name that you set will be used to name your output files. The generate code feature can be used to put a video on an existing web page. If you enter your affiliate ID at this step, you can earn money by referring people to Video Web Wizard with a link under your video. Buffering time defines how much you want your video to load before playing. Check Auto Start if you want your video to begin playing automatically. If you'd like to redirect viewers to a specific website after the video ends, such as an affiliate link or an order page, enter a website URL next to completion URL. Finally, click Next. Our video will be automatically converted. That's it, we're done. I'll click on Open Output folder to view the output files. All you would have to do now is upload these files to a new folder on your website. Then you could access the video at yourwebsite.com/new folder. Hopefully this video has shown you how easy Video Web Wizard 2.0 is to use, yet how incredibly powerful it is. Why not grab your copy right now? You could have video on your website in 10 minutes or less.